guys, happy almost 2020. Can you believe it? Oh my gosh, this is so exciting. 2020, great numbers, right? If you plan on making changes or a wish list or resolutions for 2020, then we need to know that as soon as we make that decision, we gotta watch out. The moment that we tell our minds that we're going to be doing something differently, we gotta get ready, because the mind and the body are gonna go into, and that's because, as most of us realize, change can be very uncomfortable. When we're ready to make a change, the body, which is very conditioned to do things status quo, the body kind of becomes the mind and says, I'm really comfortable doing everything the way that we're doing it. I like when we wake up, I like what we eat, I like what we don't do, and I like what we do. I would rather stay unhappy in the known of what I'm doing than risk the fear and the possibility of failure to go into the unknown. And if any of you have tried to make a significant change in your life, you might be able to relate to what I'm saying. And this is where the emotional body wears us down and says, start tomorrow, we're okay where we are, we're comfortable living as we are now, don't make that change. It's too far of a stretch. Your parents told you you could never do that. Your boyfriend or your girlfriend or your wife or your husband left you because you're nothing. What makes you think that you could rise above all of that? And the chatter in our head, translated into these emotions in our body, gets overwhelming and we freeze. And then we are at the point where, are we going to stay frozen or are we going to push through? When we think about it, we are super creators every second of every day. Every time we breathe in and breathe out, we are creating life for another moment. Every time we put nutrition into our bodies, or even junk food into our bodies, we are creating our body. How long does a banana stay a banana once you eat it? Not very long, right? As it's going down and getting digested, it's becoming part of who we are. And we created that along with the banana. Same thing with Oreos. If we decide that we're going to have Oreos for dinner, as yummy as that sounds, we are creating our future body that very moment. We are the powerful creators that are doing that. And it's the same thing with feelings and thought and emotions. It's the same thing. So while we're feeling something with emotion, we are putting it out there and we are creating that reality. And just because we don't see it immediately doesn't mean it's not happening. We can't quit before the miracle happens. We need to keep repeating and keep repeating and keep repeating, just like you gotta get up and work out every morning, or you gotta get up every morning and get to your job on time to make it happen. What happens when we feel love towards another? Why is it that we accept the fact that we can feel an emotion so powerful that it draws us into another's life, and we become part of them and they become part of us in a healthy way through love? How is this powerful force of love accepted by us when we can't see it? We trust that look across the room as our reality, that feeling that we get when we catch someone's eye and we know that they feel the same way. And eventually that might create a relationship, and that relationship might create a bond that can't be broken. And then we're creating another life if we decide to have children. And if we think about it, the fact that we can come together physically and grow and create a human that will come out and grow from this baby into an adult, the creation of that, doesn't that seem far more complicated than creating our future? And creating what we want by going out and getting it and envisioning it and wanting it? Because we do that with love all the time. We think about that person. We write letters to that person. We make an effort to find out about that person. That's all creation through emotion. Please think back to a time and comment below, because I would love to hear your experience of what a powerful creator you were, maybe as a child or as a teen or a young adult, into the present of where you are now. Was there a moment where you wanted something so badly and you focused on it so clearly that it came to you? Even if someone gave it to you, your intention was so strong that there was no choice but for the universe to figure out a way to bring it to you. The rags to riches stories that we hear from people that are in the public eye, that have learned this art of creation, are astounding, and they're so uplifting. And I know that each of us has those stories to tell. So how do we begin this? Start with thinking of something, again, from when you were a child all the way to the present moment now, that brings you such a pleasant emotion. Was it someone that you desperately wanted to meet? Or was it somewhere you really wanted to go but couldn't figure out for the life of you how you were going to find the money or the way? Or was it an experience you wanted to have, a triathlon that you wanted to run? What odds did you seemingly overcome because of your constant vigilance and focus that the only option was to succeed in creating it? Bring that emotion in and write down your list for 2020 of just a few things that you want so badly that when you allow yourself to think of it, maybe fear comes in because it's so important to you, but it's so out of your reach that you don't allow yourself to go there. Write that down and start thinking about it day in and day out, and imagining as if you already have it. There's many manifestations that have become physical that I've had in my life on the planet. And so I'm a true believer, and I know that many of you already are too. What is your passion? What is your future? What do you want to create? And by procrastinating, we're staying in a really safe place, and we all do that. And what we need to realize is that in a moment, we will have procrastinated our way into the dirt. And we don't want to do that. And we tend to put blinders on to the fact that we are all mortal, and that we are here for a purpose, and we're here to shine, and we're here to do these things. As the quote goes, our greatest fear is not that we're inadequate. Our greatest fear is that we're powerful beyond measure. I love that. It's been with me for years and years and years since I saw the movie Coach Carter. And I think the quote comes from Marianne Williamson. I wish for you the best year yet in 2020. I wish for our planet and for our world the best year that we've had so far. And I would love to hear from you. Let's keep each other honest. And let's not be afraid. There really is nothing to fear. It's just the old patterns playing out. It's the old loops. And we can dissolve those loops and create new ones. That's what neuro-linguistic programming is all about. That's what I teach. That's what I'm learning more and more about. And we all deserve it. Happy New Year.